Istanbul, a city that straddles two continents, is a living tapestry of history. Its skyline is dominated by domes and minarets, ferrying the echoes of centuries past. As the sun rises over the Bosporus, one can almost hear the whispers of the Ottoman era. The empire that shaped not only the city's walls and streets, but also its relationship with nature. Look closer, beyond the mosques and palaces, and you'll find a delicate feature often overlooked: tiny stone palaces crafted for the city's birds. Embedded into the facades of mosques and tombs are small, intricately carved niches. These are not mere decorations, they are coexistence, or bird palaces. They stand as silent reminders of a culture that valued compassion, not just for people, but for all living creatures. Each niche was designed with care, allowing birds a safe haven from the busy streets below. Many of these stone bird houses feature tiny gabled roofs and intricate details reminiscent of Ottoman architecture. Some mimic the domes and minarets of the mosques they adorn. These weren't just ornamental, they reflected an intentional harmony between humans and nature, offering birds shelter, warmth, and safety. Walk along the eaves of historical mosques, and you'll see dozens of these miniature palaces lined up like a row of ancient apartments. Each has its own design and style. Some are simple, while others are extravagantly detailed, showcasing the creativity and skill of Ottoman craftsmen. Some birdhouses were modeled to look like miniature mosques, complete with tiny minarets and balconies. These weren't mere novelties, they were spiritual gestures, reminding observers that care for all living beings was intertwined with faith. Birds became symbolic companions in the city's sacred spaces. Notice the fine latticework on a birdhouse balcony. Every curve, every pattern was carved by hand. These details weren't just beautiful, they served practical purposes, such as allowing ventilation while providing protection from predators. The stone lattice also created shaded areas to keep birds cool during summer months. Birds flying near these ancient tombs would find solace in these little stone homes. For the Ottomans, this was a way to honor life even in spaces dedicated to the dead. A subtle message lingered. The city was not only for humans, but for all creatures who shared it. The soft limestone used in these structures, known as kafiki, allowed stonecutters to carve intricate designs. Craftsmen treated each piece as both art and function. It was an era when mastery of stonework could be expressed through even the tiniest of creations, turning practical shelters into works of art. Some birdhouses featured tiny staircases, miniature balconies, and multiple chambers. Every architectural choice considered the bird's size, behavior, and needs. These stone staircases, though ornamental, mimicked the real architecture of the empire, showing how care for animals and human artistic expression merged beautifully. Small birds like sparrows, finches, and swallows would make these carved homes their own. The careful sizing of the entrances ensured that larger, predatory birds could not intrude, highlighting the Ottomans' attention to the delicate balance of city wildlife. Even today, Istanbul is a haven for birds. Grey herons nest in Gulhane Park. Flocks of starlings form mesmerizing murmurations over the city, and seagulls circle the ferries on the Bosporus. The ancient birdhouses were just one example of a city designed with nature in mind. Each year, migratory birds like white storks traverse the skies between Europe and Africa, passing over Istanbul's waterways. These birdhouses were part of a broader Ottoman vision to coexist with nature, even in the heart of an ever-growing city. Modern birdwatchers continue this tradition of observation, marveling at the natural spectacles over the city. Istanbul's relationship with birds is ancient, and these carved homes remind us that urban spaces and wildlife can thrive together. Time has taken its toll. Many birdhouses are weathered, with details fading and edges crumbling. Rain, wind, and urban development have worn down centuries of craftsmanship, yet even in decay, they tell stories of an era when compassion guided architecture. Today, restoration efforts strive to preserve these treasures. Skilled artisans painstakingly repair and protect the surviving structures. Each repair is a bridge between past and present, ensuring future generations can witness this unique harmony of art, faith, and nature. In the golden light of sunset, these tiny palaces glow with history. Sunlight enhances every carved detail, reminding us that beauty often resides in the small and overlooked corners of the city. Historical illustrations show birdhouses integrated into mosque walls, highlighting the importance of these structures in urban design. They were as deliberate and considered as any grand architectural feature, blending utility with artistry. Look closely at the entry hall and balcony. The Ottomans thought about every detail: entrance size, orientation, and protection from the elements. Modern birdhouses often overlook these nuances, showing how ancient knowledge can still guide us. Blueprints and sketches reveal how Ottoman architects approached these creations with the same rigor as larger structures. Some birdhouses may have acted as miniature prototypes, experiments in form, design, and proportion. Üsküdar hosts some of the city's most elaborate examples. Rows of birdhouses line the walls, each reflecting creativity and care. Their presence turns the skyline into a gallery of miniature architectural wonders. Seagulls following ferries today echo the same harmony the Ottomans cherished. Life in Istanbul has always been layered: humans, birds, and architecture intertwined across centuries, across water and stone. Even smaller courtyards held these stone homes, blending seamlessly with gardens, fountains, and walkways. Birds became part of everyday life, their presence both practical and symbolic. Modern tours now highlight these hidden gems. Guides point out details invisible to the casual passerby, reconnecting people to a centuries-old tradition of empathy, artistry, and coexistence. When viewed together, the variety is astonishing. Each birdhouse tells a different story, demonstrating the diversity of styles and the ingenuity of Ottoman craftsmen who saw even the smallest living creatures as worthy of beauty. And finally, life continues. Sparrows, finches, and swallows find shelter as intended centuries ago. These small homes are a lasting testament. The city belongs not only to humans, but to all living beings. Istanbul's hidden bird palaces remain silent guardians of compassion, history, and art, as well as subscribe for hidden history.